Hey there, today I'm going to show you the demo of the project that I've been working on for Google Summer of Code. And my project is around building an in-chat GIF generator for Rocket.Chat. So for those of you who don't know what Rocket.Chat is, it is an open source Slack alternative. So it has channels similar to Slack, like any chatting platform, and it also supports integrations and which is also called Rocket.Chat apps in the scope of Rocket.Chat, right? So my task was to build a Rocket.Chat application to allow users to generate GIF directly from Rocket.Chat, right? So these are the features that I've listed here, and this is my repository under Rocket.Chat, right? And these are the features. I'll be showing you them one by one in the demo, right? And for understanding purposes, I've created an architecture here. So you can see that we have three set of commands here. So similar to Slack, we have also have slash commands here, so we can use the slash commands to trigger a particular block of code. So first one is history, so we can basically see the past generations that the user has done. Other than that, we have the query, in which the user can pass a query, and on basis of that query the user can generate a few prompts, right? So this is for the normal user who does not know much about prompts and would like to take the LLM over for the prompt generation. Now the user can select any of the generated prompts to generate a GIF, right? The third command is in which we directly pass the prompt. So this is for the power users who know what they're doing and want to pass a specific prompt directly to the LLM, right? And for LLM, we have a text to GIF LLM, and we had to use an open source LLM because this is completely open source. So we had to use an open source LLM, and for this I have decided to use Hotshot Excel. So this is an text to GIF model, right? And it is available open source, so we can deploy it on our own. But currently I'm using the replicate instance because I could not host it on my own. In case you are a server admin, you can host it on your own and simply provide the URL in the settings, right? So now I'll be showing you the app. So regarding the settings, you can go to the app, and under settings you can provide the API URL here, right? So in case you have deployed your own model or Hotshot Excel on your own system, you can update the API URL here and it would work the same, right? The next thing is that when we install the app from the marketplace likely, right? So under marketplace you can search for apps. Currently it is not listed, so I have deployed on my own. So when we install the app, we are notified with a welcome message. So here is a welcome message that tells you a gist about the application and how you can get started, right? So we have two essential steps, which is setting up your API key and setting up your webhook URL. So just as I mentioned, if you are deploying your own instance of an text to GIF LLM, you can skip the API key part. But if like me you are using replicate, you need to update that here. So and the webhook URL that I've talked about is present in the details section of the app. You can easily get it. So in my case this is it, and I can get it and I can paste it under the webhook URL, right? And the API key I've already set. You can generate one from replicate, right? So this is my replicate key, and I can save the changes and come back, right? So now you can see that I have a slash gengif help command as specified here, so I can use that to get a basic idea about how to use the application, right? So if I write help, I'm notified with a message that says need some help. If and there are some commands that are mentioned here, so let's use them one by one. I've created a channel here, so let's test the first one. And as you can see, if I type gengifq owl, so it says that the query is owl. So on basis of that owl, I get a few generation suggestions, right? So I can pick any of them and that will be used for generations. So let's use this one, right? And now it shows that we are generating the GIF. And also note that this message is only visible to me. To any other user who is present in this channel, he would not be able to see that, right? So now the generation is under progress. You can see that in the replicate panel as well, right? So it is running. The initial one will take a little time because Yeah, so it's done also. So you can see that the generation is done, and it asks me if I want to send it or regenerate it. So if I like this, I can send it directly to the channel like so, and it is uploaded to the channel. If not, I can ask to regenerate it, and it will regenerate it for me. So let's try to regenerate as well. So again, it will send the same prompt, and we expect a different output from the model this time, and it does return something else, right? So let's send this as well. So let's take some other query. So the owl one went pretty well, and I was able to regenerate as well. So now I've taken box here. So I get a few suggestion on box. So let's try this one, and you can see the prompt here as well. And again, this message is only visible to me. Only the one that I send will be visible to everyone in the channel, right? So it will take a few time, and I can see that it is live on replicate as well. So yeah, it is booting, and it is updated via webhooks as I mentioned. So it is quite essential that we may update the webhook in the preferences as well, right? So this is what it was able to create. Now let's send that, and it does appear good to me, and it is a GIF as well. So if I decide to open it, I can open and download it. And an important thing to note is that replicate returns an image and GIF to us, but the link is only valid for an hour. So what we do is upload it to the channel itself, right? So you can see that it is directly embedded into the channel. So now, for instance, I've taken another prompt that is China, right? It is a query that I've passed, and on basis of that, I've got four suggestions here. So let's go ahead with the Great Wall of China, right? Sounds interesting to me, and it will take a while to generate. We can see that it is started here, and here we get it. So the Great Wall of China, right? And it is the Great Wall of China. Looks good to me, and I've sent that, and yeah, that's the output. You can ask to regenerate it as well, and it will regenerate it for me. And yeah, here we have it. Yeah, it's slightly better than the previous one. Now I might not decide to send the last one but send this one, but currently I've sent both of them, right? So this is the generation, right? And now I had previously generated several prompts here as well. You can see the generations here. And so now let's try the second command, that was gengifp, for passing the prompt directly, right? So let's say a cute puppy running while in the backyard, right? So you can get creative here, and you can mention long prompts here, but that's what I would like to try at the moment. And you can see that, yeah, we get a puppy and sort of a backyard, right? So the output depends upon the prompt you pass. So the better the prompt, the better the output, right? And you can also try others. So let's say teddy bear writing a letter, right? You can try anything, but that is just for instance here, right? So let's try this. You can see that how fast the model responds, right? So you can see teddy bear writing a letter or so, right? And let's try a last one. So let's say cat crane. um, yeah, that's all. So let's see what that returns. We can make it more descriptive, but if we want we can also decide to keep it short. So the less descriptive it is, the more jumbled it would be, right? So let's try a example of their own. So this is the prompt they're using, and let's try that, right? And yeah, so we have that. And yeah, we do get a polar bear, and he is diving into the ocean. So yeah, let's send that. So now the next feature that I would like to talk about is the profanity thing, right? So in case you try to enter any profane right? Yeah, any profound text, so it will notify you of that, right? So you don't cannot do that. So it is also by the name of NSFW content filtering. So we utilize text to text LLMs like Mr. Llama to identify that, and we have prompt tune them. So in case you enter any profanity or any word that contains profanity, it will be detected and your uh, query would not be passed, right? So that is the same for query as well. So if you try to pass any query which contains profanity, you will not be able to generate anything, right? So that's about it. And then the fourth feature that I would like to talk about is history. So you can watch the history, and it will show you all of the generations that you have done, right? So these are all the generations that I did, and so these are 10 of them, right? So at most in Rocket.Chat we can show 10. So this is the first page, so to say, right? So this is the 0th page, or you can say the first page. It is the same. Try to go to the second page. I have one generation here, right? So this is the second page of my generation list. If I try to access the third one, it would give me an error because the last page is 2. If I try to enter some text, it would also give me an error because it is not a valid page number. So by default it shows page number 0 or 1, and if you want to go ahead you can go to the second page, right? So depends upon how many generations you have done, right? So this is the history part. And for the next things that we would like to talk about, so we have completed the history preview, prompt generation, NSFW, NLP, enhanced prompt, regeneration feature, help command, pagination. Yeah, so that was pagination in history. And the storage solution, as I talked about, that it expires after 1 hour, the link, so it uploads it directly to Rocket.Chat server, right? So if I inspect this for you, you can see that it is uploaded directly to the Rocket.Chat server. You can see that it is directly uploaded to the Rocket.Chat server, right? So this removes any foreign dependency, so to say, and these all error messages will be only shown to me. Once I reload the page, these all will disappear as well, right? So for one more generation, just to show, let's pick one more example from them, right? So let's try this one. I got laughing. Quite simple prompt, and that is why it will return not so good output, but you can modify it and you can use specific prompts which will result in great output, right? So a cat laughing, and it will take a while, and it will also be shown here as well, right? So this is the generation, ongoing generation, and once it is generated we would be getting notified by the webhook. So it is in progress, and we can see the logs as well. For people using remote server, it would be possible for them to view the server logs, right? So you can see that uh, you can configure your own server easily. Let's say you are a server admin and you want your users to use this app. You can simply go to the settings and provide them a URL, right? So the URL you provide to them would be unique to them. You can also provide API key so that any foreign person joining your channel cannot use it. So that is completely optional. You can also provide a model ID. So let's say you are using you have provided 3 to 4 models, so you can change the model ID. Currently this is the model ID for Hotshot Excel, and if there are more GIF models which I want to embed in future, I need to simply update this model ID and I can directly use them, because the replicate API returns the same response. That is not an issue for me, right? So let's see if the generation is done. Yes, it's still running because the server goes into the cold mode. So replicate automatically shut downs the server if there is no request for a specific period of time, right? So let's get back. to our channel, and we have it right. So cat laughing, yeah, cat is laughing. It's good to me. And now this would be visible on the first page of my history, right? History. So this is available on the first page, and now one element would have shifted to the next page. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That is pagination as well, and you can see all of the history items. You can also send them, by the way. So let's say I want to send this black cat again. So it will send it, and yeah, you can see it. Right. So you can view the complete documentation of my complete work in my GitHub, right? So I have talked about each of the features here with the demo. You can also view what contributions I've made, what issues I raised, and the challenges that I ran into, right? So I faced some issues in the Rocket.Chat server itself, and I try to fix them. So you can find more about that here as well. And then I would like to mention a special thanks to my amazing mentor, Nabhag Motivaras, who has been entirely supporting me throughout this complete journey. And it is through his guidance that I have been able to complete this project. Though there is still so much to learn, still so much to grow in this project, but yeah, it has been possible only due to him and his expertise. And his app himself that he built last year has helped me quite a lot. So yeah, really thanks for mentoring me this year and looking ahead to create an even emerging bond with you, right? So yeah, that's it about my project, and really thanks for watching this.